All I'm saying is Steph Curry was the MVP.
Steph
Curry was the MVP. They won the championship, and they were the most statistically dominant team since the 72-10 Bulls. And he's the best player. Get out of here. Get out of here.
We're talking about the best point guard.
We're talking about the best point guard that won the MVP on the best team that won the championship.
Westbrook could have won the MVP too if he made the playoffs. Because of that run that you guys love so much.
Steph Curry's the better point guard right now.
One thing we have to keep in mind is that, and we talked about it on the show,
but at the same time, it comes from two different points.
Then all of a sudden, you want to say, oh, well, you know,
I think for me, I don't know if I can speak for everybody else.
This is DeadEndSports.
What up, everybody? Welcome to another episode of DeadEndSports. We're here to give you our top 5 players for each position. We're starting out with the point guard position. Before I get into it, make sure you guys subscribe to the podcast on iTunes. Also subscribe to the Dead End Hip Hop podcast too. Check us live at 9 p.m. every Tuesday. Blogtalkradio.com/DeadEndSports and catch B&I on Blab.im. Every Wednesday at 8 p.m. Just follow the DeadEndSports Twitter and you'll know when we're live and how to get the link to that. All right, so my 5. Number 5, John Wall. Number 4, Kyrie Irving. 3rd, Chris Paul. Steph Curry is 2 and Russell Westbrook number 1, man.
You know what's crazy? As you was reeling them off, I'm like, that's my list. That's literally my list except for 1 and 2. So at number 5, I have John Wall. Number 4, I got Kyrie. Number 3, I got CP. Number 2, I have Russell. And number 1, I got Steph. How are you going to disrespect the MVP like that, man? Get out of here. Next.
Go ahead.
I went back and forth between Wall and Lillard. I got Lillard at 5. I got Lillard.
Right. He goes, what the hell?
You all said it was tough.
It was tough. Brandon Jennings at 5. What?
All right, I got Lillard at 5, Kyrie Irving at 4, CP3 at 3, Westbrook at 2, Steph Curry at 1.
I got Kyrie at 5, John Wall at 4, Russell at 3, CP3 at 2, and Stephen Curry at 1.
I knew it. I knew it before the video started, with the exception of maybe one person. And I already knew because you're a Damian Lillard fan.
I love Lillard,
so I knew he was gonna get on this list, but
he didn't deserve it.
He didn't deserve to be on the list. Well, he didn't deserve it because of that.
And I went back and forth between he and Wall. I'm gonna be honest.
But here's the thing, like Damian did not have a good playoffs. He was very inconsistent last year. What I thought he was gonna make like a really big leap. You know what I'm saying? So that's the only reason why I didn't put him on there. You know, but like you put him over John Wall. John Wall had a way better season at postseason.
Well, here's the thing. I had Lillard has 21. He averaged 21 and 6 last year. This is with Aldridge, with Batum, and with Matthews.
Yeah, this is projections, right?
So he put up numbers, and then with those guys leaving, I'm thinking this year is going to be even bigger for him.
Yeah, it's pretty projected.
I think that he is going to be better than what Wall is going to be. And Wall was phenomenal, don't get me wrong. And I hate to say it, if Wall hadn't gotten hurt, they would have beat us in the playoffs last year. That being said, I got to go with Lillard slightly over Wall.
But the thing I'm looking at is impact. Right? Like that team last year could have been okay without Damian. You know what I'm saying? They would have been okay because yeah, they had a LaMarcus and they had all of those other guys last year. This year they don't have those guys. But I don't think that Dame Lillard's impact on that team is the same as John Wall's impact on his team. So for me, I couldn't put Damian there.
And I thought Lillard's play was inconsistent. I expected better things from Lillard last year and didn't see it.
I think was he in some of our people's top 5?
Yeah,
last year?
I think
he was in our top 5 last year, and you know, projecting what they did the previous year before, them getting a taste of the playoffs as a unit, thinking they was going to take that step forward, and yeah, they didn't. You're right. I mean, both y'all right. He was very inconsistent. That was why I didn't put him on my list.
Yeah, I could have put him over John Wall because I was like, especially when you saw John Wall get hurt and what they are without him. It's like, whoa. And I've been praising John Wall since he got into the league. I'm like, yo, he's a real point guard.
Right.
He's a true point guard, and I think with the rock in his hands, he's the fastest fastest end to end. I think
no
he's faster
question.
than
No
Russell,
question.
faster than a healthy D Rose, faster than any other point guard you want to put out there with the ball in his hand.
And his jumper improved too.
It did. His decision making improved. I think that was his best improvement.
Russell fast.
No, he is.
Remember when he pressured him and he got the ball right there and he ran and he
got with you.
like I don't know about that one, man.
Westbrook,
That's
man. He's like that one guy that's scary to me.
He is. So why Westbrook number one? And you can make the argument.
28,
Yeah.
28, 8 and 7, or 28, 7 and 8. Come on, man.
But he shot what, 39%, and he averaged like 3.5 or 4 turnovers. I get that. I get that. And
Who can stop him?
I feel you. But that's number two.
Who can stop him?
I put him at number two. He's up there.
I think if they would have played Golden State, he would have been a problem for Steph.
I agree.
So, I don't think there's anybody in the league that can stop Russell Westbrook.
I agree.
The only person that stopped Russell Westbrook
Was Kobe.
a couple of years ago, and that was Kobe, but he was younger then. I don't know if Kobe can't stop him now.
Hell no.
In the playoffs, yeah, Kobe did get him. Yeah. Oh, okay. Yeah, not now. Because even I was like, nah, Westbrook gonna eat him. And I was like, oh, nah, Kobe locked down.
Kobe was waiting to have Kurt like this. Kobe was waiting to have Kurt like this.
I know.
Westbrook, dude. I was like, wow.
That was amazing.
That was.
You can make the case to say Westbrook wasn't the same player back then. Obviously, Kobe.
He thought he was though. He thought he was. He thought he was.
He needed that lesson though.
He did.
If you're on a top list and we're regarding you as one of the best, you took lumps.
Right.
You had to take lumps because you cannot become the best or the greatest without taking lumps in your career. You have
He's
to.
not, I don't think anybody's a better shooter than Steph Curry in the league right now. But I think that's one of the only advantages that he has over Westbrook. Westbrook is far more athletic, quicker, stronger. He contributes in
Okay.
all areas of
Okay,
the
but you're talking about all of physical attributes. All right, so what about IQ? Right? What about feel for the game? What about getting teammates
What about
involved?
the quality of your teammates that's on your team? And he does get his teammates involved. He almost averaged 8 assists a game. And you remember the triple-double run?
Yeah, I remember the triple-double run, and you was against the triple-double run, and I was for it.
No.
You mentioned all of the
negatives. I was saying that he didn't get the win.
Yeah, you say he didn't get the win.
You was hating bad about those triple-doubles.
I was just saying.
And what's crazy was Russell Westbrook had those triple doubles in back-to-back games.
Yeah,
that's
He was losing.
And he was losing. That was my critique.
Come on, bro. What else you wanted to do?
He was losing. And I actually used that as an argument against you for jumping on LeBron about something. I don't know. But all I'm saying is, in spite of all that, I think right now he is the best point guard in the league.
I'm really surprised you got him at one, considering what you said about him last year.
I couldn't knock his production, but they didn't lead to victories. Okay. And that was my biggest critique.
But Steph Curry's production led to victories.
With his team is far better.
No, of course.
And Russell didn't have Kevin Durant.
No, he didn't have Kevin Durant. But the others.
Others, name them.
Enes Kanter, Mitch McGary, Serge
that they picked
Ibaka.
up.
Wait, you want me to keep going? I can keep going. Let me keep going though. Let me keep going. What do you mean that they picked up? They drafted Mitch McGary, Deion Waiters. Like they have a lot of others. He didn't have his guy. He didn't have.
Thank you.
To Steph Curry's Klay Thompson, he didn't have his KD.
Right.
He didn't have his KD. But those other guys are very comparable to Golden State's other guys.
For them, right?
Who?
Didn't OKC trade for them while the season was going, right?
But way before that triple-double run, way before KD got hurt.
Steph Curry played with his guys the whole year. They had that continuity that Westbrook didn't have. You have to learn to play with these guys.
You can't really compare the two because if you look at Golden State's season in the totality, they didn't have any major injuries.
Yeah.
They really escaped the injury bug with the exception
That's what I'm saying. And that's what I'm saying. That's what I'm saying. Steph Curry benefited from that. Okay, one-on-one, Westbrook and Steph Curry, who you got?
Of course I'm taking Westbrook.
Why we doing this?
We're talking about basketball as a team game. You're talking about the ultimate team player as a point guard. Don't start that. This is not a one-on-one basketball type of. It's Steph Curry versus Russell Westbrook. No, that's not the topic of conversation. The topic of conversation is who is the best point guard for their team and in the league.
No,
so I give
point guard in the NBA.
But that doesn't mean on a one versus you. That means means for their team.
The best point guard in the NBA at their position.
Steph Curry.
You are extending that outward towards the team.
But you're secluding it to a one-on-one match.
No, I'm
That's not what basketball is,
No, I'm
though.
not.
Yes, you are. That's your argument right now.
No, I'm not. I'm telling you that Russell Westbrook is the best point guard. Statistically, he's the best point guard. They managed to win games without KD up to
They
a
managed
certain
to win
degree.
games and they didn't make the playoffs. All I'm saying is Steph Curry
that
was the
their fault? They won
MVP.
that
Steph
last
Curry was the
game.
MVP. They won the championship, and they were the most statistically dominant team since the 72 and
We're
10
not
Bulls.
talking about
And he's
a
the best
team.
player. Get out of here.
Talking about
Get
team,
out
we're
of
talking
here.
about the best
We're talking about
point guard.
We're talking about the best point guard that won the MVP on the best team that won
And
the
Russell
championship.
Westbrook could have won the MVP too if he made the playoffs because of that run that you guys love so much.
Steph Curry's the better point guard right now.
They run at you guys.
So what you mean to tell me is right now, right? So if we had a fantasy draft and you're building your real roster, we're not talking about fantasy sports. We're talking about being a GM of a franchise, and you're about to pick a point guard. You're gonna pick Russell Westbrook over Steph Curry right now.
Yeah.
God.
Why would not?
I'm sorry.
I have an advantage over you every single night.
And having Steph Curry, you have an advantage over whoever you're playing every single night too.
Westbrook can shut him down.
Yo,
man.
whoa! What are you talking about? What are you talking about? Can nobody shut down? Look, Steph Curry come right.
Michael Della Vadova did.
As soon as you cross half court, you better double team that man.
If I'm not mistaken, CP3 was number one on everybody's list last year.
Was he?
Where do you think
I don't
he's?
know.
I think he was.
Everybody.
He was close.
Top two? No, he was number one on my because Rob gave
But
him props.
we got him at 3 and less.
I got him at 2.
Okay, you got him too. Okay.
Yeah, I got him at 2. I got him at 2.
Has he fallen off?
No. I just think that I just think he's getting older and the point guards are getting better. For CP3 not getting over that hump year after year after year after year, that hurts him. When all of these other guys like a Steph Curry now got over the hump, got a chip.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? And then when you look at some of these guys, Russell Westbrook is the most athletic point guard. Steph Curry is the best shooter. Kyrie is the best dribbler. CP is the best floor general, but some of those other guys have better years last year.
I mean, to be honest with you, I would have still put CP3 as my number 1. The only reason why is the fact that the way that Clippers kind of shut down against Houston when they was up 3-1.
Right,
Like
right.
if you and y'all know I love CP3. So like
we know.
knowing CP3 being up by 3-1. Dog, you that floor general, you gotta lead them troops
There was
to win that
something else
series,
going
dog.
on, man.
Something had to have been
because
because
Remember, he got hurt.
you up 3-1 though. You gotta put your foot on. You my favorite point guard. You gotta put your foot on their throat, man, and win that series. You up 3-1. That's the only reason why I put CP3 at number 2, and then Stephen Curry at number 1.
Real quick, and then we can close Derrick Rose. I mean, did he come close to anybody's list?
No.
No.
It seemed like I
Top
think
10.
it seemed
Top 10.
Is he?
I got him in the
still
top 10.
10.
There's
he
a
gotta
tier
do
of
something.
point guards after the ones that we mentioned.
That's so sad,
You still
man.
like
No,
if
it
we go
is, dude.
Lillard, Wall, then there's guys like right beneath there, the
Kyle
Tees and
Lowry,
and
Jeff
the
Teague,
Lowrys and those
yeah.
guys.
Yeah.
I think Rose has kind of fallen to that level.
Rose let Della Vadova shut him down last year.
Man, if you mention Dellavedova,
I'm just saying. Tell me I'm lying though. He let Deli shut him down. I kept telling y'all about Deli, and he shut Derrick Rose. Curry eventually got him, but he got Derrick Rose.
Look, D
Tell me
Rose.
I'm lying though.
D Rose,
just saying.
where he's fallen to, is really sad because
It
this
is.
guy could have been arguably the best basketball player playing in the game right now.
Right.
He was on that type of trajectory, and for him to have both of his knees go out, and then at the beginning of this season was like, okay, all of your ailments and stuff is done. Okay, you played a relatively healthy season.
right.
You played in the playoffs. You were a main contributor. Cool. We're gonna get D Rose back.
It's not even his team anymore.
It isn't.
Yeah, it's Jimmy Butler. All right, well, that's gonna do it, man. You know what? Last year, some of you guys came after us because we didn't have Tony Parker on our list in the top 5. No, they were mad because he wasn't top 5. We saw what happened last year. What's your 5? Let us know in the comment section.